Hi everyone, so today is Sunday the 21st of Jan. I'm way overdue sending you guys a video and actually wanted to do one yesterday. Would rather have done it yesterday with a face full of makeup. As you can see, I'm in my pyjamas, I've got no makeup on, hair scraped back, and literally today has been a bed day. I've not felt very good. So I've been watching back-to-back films and been so lazy staying in bed all day. But it was well deserved and well needed. So just thought I would drop in and let you guys know what's going on. So we are currently on a cycle. I've been on estrogen since my hospital appointment, which I left your previous video. I left you knowing that we were going into Kings. I'm losing my words at the moment, so sorry, bear with me. So I started estrogen that day, and a few days later we were instructed to go on Suchtide. I've got the box out here because I'm going to actually show you guys in another video following this my Suchtide injection. I don't think there's many injections out there, videos, so I think it'd be quite good for some people to understand, especially for this one. It's a bit more complex than buserelin, but saying that, I do think I did a video on buserelin in the previous couple cycles ago. So yeah, I'm on treatment. I go back to Kings tomorrow for a follow-up scan, and hoping everything is looking good. Jake and I have got our fingers crossed that perhaps we could have the transfer done later on this week, so we're probably hoping for Friday. The reason I say that is Jake is actually going off to Greece on Saturday morning, the week coming, to see his family for just over a week, so he won't actually be here should the date be later on, but it's not a big massive problem. My mum has said that she will come with me, so it's not as if I'm going to have the transfer on my own. But I know for Jake and I, it'd be quite nice for both of us to be there. So, how have I been feeling on the cycle? I have to say, obviously today's been a lazy day, but all in all, a lot better than when I was on the buserelin, a lot more positive. Time's definitely given me great time to sort of bounce back and feel a lot more positive about this. I'm not gonna lie, the Suchtide is more of a beast of an injection to do. It can bleed, it can sting and itch for about an hour. You do wake up with dry mouth, you do have dry mouth during the day even, constant thirst no matter how much you're drinking. But I have to say, abdominally, for me, who's internally scarred, I'm definitely working a lot better with Suchtide, and that helps with the positive feeling. So hopefully we'll get some good news out of this one. As I said, this is quite a hard injection to do. It's quite a bit of a mixer that you've got to sort of put this bit in with that bit, and it is a lot of people use Suchtide for their fresh cycle. So actually, when we attempted our fresh cycle, our first one, when they collected my eggs, I did have Gonal F and Suchtide together, and then obviously we never got to the stage of having a fresh sort of trigger, or because at that point they'd already worked out that I was overstimulating due to the PCOS. So I know this is quite a lot more of a popular medication than perhaps buserelin is for UK IVF. I know a lot of videos on YouTube for IVF generally tend to be in the US that use different medication to us, but for somebody who has attempted a fresh cycle at a London hospital and done frozen, I know from Kings, I think with someone who's got more of my sort of problems, they always went to buserelin as a first base. And they did say this the other day, that this as much as it's a shorter protocol, is a completely different type of cycle to what I've previously been through. And to be honest, it has. And I think it's positive for me because it's a lot shorter. So many people have sort of been a bit surprised that we're on a cycle. So when you speak to them, because there's not been enough time passed, and generally my cycles could go on for sort of 6-7 weeks, for me to sort of turn around and go, oh yeah, we're at the end of one of our cycles. We had a friend come round yesterday and I spent New Year's with them. We speak to this couple 2 or 3 times a week, and I had to cancel some plans to go to a spa for the weekend coming up. And our friend sort of said that his wife was quite disappointed because she was looking forward to it. And he said, like, the cycles come around so quickly though. And I said, it's just completely different. It is completely different. And they've been by our side, really close to us throughout the whole process. So it sort of made me think as well. I thought, yeah, do you know what? This cycle's probably not even half the time that we normally have been through on previous cycles. So that's worked better for me because it means I haven't got as much time to dwell on, will this work, won't this work? So yeah, they did the scan the other day. They scanned me for quite a while. They're quite concerned, as in it hasn't concerned them enough to prevent a cycle, but they have said that one of my ovaries have 30 follicles on. The other one had 25, 26. And the doctor did say the one with 30 follicles is a huge amount of follicles on there. But the ovaries at the same time were asleep because I don't ovulate. So I think she said that's something we'll go back to later on, should this cycle work, or later on down the line if I decide to take a break during IVF. But for someone like me, the follicles isn't too much of a problem because I've already got my embryos frozen. So it's not as if my ovaries need to be working during these IVF cycles. But there's not much, when I've tried to research what's the repercussions of having so many follicles on a sleepy ovary. So I don't truly know, but I know that she sort of recounted 2 or 3 times, and she said to me that's an awful lot, and she had quite a deadpan face with it. So I don't know. It can't be that serious because otherwise they'd cancel the cycle. So that's where we're at. So we will be going back to King's tomorrow afternoon, and I will follow up with a video explaining where we go from here. Do we have a set time of when I start taking, because obviously the next step will be to take the pessaries, the cyclogest. Obviously I've been instructed don't take them till I'm instructed. So I would say if everything's looking good, we might get told that I have to start the pessaries that night. Maybe to look for a transfer at the end of this week. If not, we'll probably, if everything's looking good, go for the following week. So anyway, that's a little short update, and I'll be following on with my next video in a bit to do with how to inject Suchtide. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you please like my videos. I want them to get out there, and I've noticed I've got a few more subscribers, so please subscribe and like, and I promise you that I will keep you going on my journey. But I do want to reach out to people going through their cycles at the moment, or people who could be researching to do IVF, and particularly for people in the UK, because there's not so many videos that I've had guidance from the UK. I would say probably 90% of my stuff has been informative from the US. So let's try and get our messages out there. All right, thank you very much, and speak to you later. Bye.